Hello, everyone, and welcome to Extreme Graphics Tech. My name is Angelo, and as you know, normally this is a channel that is dedicated to benchmarking, making graphical analysis of games, and doing testing of hardware and so on. But from time to time, I like to take the time to make some reflection, take the time to think, okay? And then rant about something. And today, I just want to talk about a narrative that is being pushed for always. This narrative is always being pushed about the PC versus console. As you can see behind me, I am a console gamer. Well, I don't consider myself a console gamer. I have more PCs than I have consoles, to be honest. And my main PC has a 4090 and a 7950X3D, which means obviously I like to play on PC more because, well, you get better graphics than you can get on any console. However, I consider myself just a gamer because I will play the game no matter what piece of plastic it runs on. I don't care about console wars. I don't care if it's run on AMD or Nvidia. If there was a game that is exclusive to AMD or exclusive to Nvidia, I like it. I will still buy the hardware necessary to play that game because you can say that I chase games. I don't care about the hardware where they run, as long as I can afford it, of course. So the thing is that there is a narrative that always come when I try. I understand a lot of people don't like PC as their main entertainment system for video games because, yeah, PC has their troubles. They have become much more easier than many years ago, but still, maybe sometimes you find out that the driver is not working, or there is something not running correctly, or you have an anti-cheat system that is making problems on your system and so on, and then you have to update, or there is lots of things that you have to think about it. While on a console, you just put your game, it updates automatically, does whatever it needs to, just press the button and you're there play. And that's fine, and I understand it. But the thing this narrative that is being pushed constantly every time I talk with people about, when I say, for example, that some games that are coming only to consoles are losing a very big stream of revenue on PC because they are not releasing the game of PC, like, for example, some PlayStation games or other exclusive that go, which are more rare by day. But still, the thing is that I was saying that even Nintendo, but Nintendo's on a Switch, so that's not a concern right now. Because the point is that the narrative is always this. Yeah, but if they launch that game on PC, how many people are really going to be able to play it on a PlayStation or Xbox Series X level? Like saying that the reason developers don't release a game on PC is because the PC market, most of people who play games on PC have like low-end PCs that they use only for esport games, and so for this reason, not many people are going to be able to enjoy or play at an acceptable level of quality of the game. And this is so stupid. This is honestly really stupid. And I'm going to explain to you why I hate this narrative and why they try to push it. Because I think this is like a way that console gamers, like very big fanboys, used to protect themselves. Like we are this special snowflake, different from the rest of the world. And we have this hardware that, plays game better than most PCs out there. To begin with, between Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, there is not even 100 million units yet on the market, okay? That's the first thing you need to think. Second, I decided to compile from the Steam Hardware Survey the GPUs and CPUs, but I'm going to focus on the GPUs only, that are very similar, like even a little bit lower, equal, better, or much better than a PlayStation or Xbox Series X system. And as you can see on the list that is going to be here or here, there is lots of GPUs that are much better. I think the lowest GPUs here is probably the 2060 or the RX 5700. Okay, those are like the lower end of the spectrum. Everything else is faster than these two GPUs. And that means that the 3060, 3060 Ti, 2070 Super, 2080, and so on are faster GPUs than the PlayStation 5. And those GPUs account for 43% of the people that has been on the survey, on Steam survey. That means that there is 43% of people that can play at the same level, similar or much better than anyone with a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. So that first thing there should tell you something. Why I say this? Because it is said that there is more than 500 million computers registered on Steam, users and so on, right? So that means that if you have that amount and only 43% can play, I know there is many duplicated accounts and so on, but I'm quite sure that 43% represents at least 100 million game system. That means there are more PCs capable of playing those games than there are next-gen consoles on the market right now. That's the first thing. So all these people can play all those games. So no, there is no these potato PCs or esports PCs that are not able to play our big AAA games that you need a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X to play on a decent level. That's not true. There are probably more PCs right now capable of those than there are next-gen consoles. But the second part of this problem is that I took this Steam hardware survey and I'm just taking GPUs that are more powerful or very similar to consoles, right? But there is another thing, and I am going to be putting some videos here showing you something. Computers that are 9 years old, like this one, it was a high-end computer at the time, but obviously it's not anymore. But still, 9 years later, this PC can still play the latest AAA game at a very good competitive level. Okay, yeah, they are not on par with the PlayStation 5 or current consoles, but that doesn't mean you cannot play on very good quality. Also, because consoles tend to be very, specific. They come with the game and it says, well, this is running at 4K with FSR on performance mode, and that's it. And then you question, okay, but I don't have a 4K monitor, so I'm not enjoying that extra resolution. I'm losing a lot of performance because you want to play the game at 4K, because you have to sell that to consoles, because they want to play a 4K higher resolution and so on. But I am still running on a 1080p monitor, which is the 52% of people are still running on 1080p monitor according to Steam hardware survey, and like 20 something are on 1440p. So that's the first thing. Even if you have like a 1080, like on the videos I'm showing, on a old CPU, a 1080, 1070, 1060, 1660, I don't know, RX 6500, the 5600, for example, just to give you a few names, those GPUs still can play all those games, just that you have to play a lower resolution. If you still have a 1080p 60Hz monitor, why do you care about 1440p or 120Hz or 4K? You are going to adapt the game to play the best you can on your system, and that means that even maybe a 1060 or a 1070 or a 1080 or anything similar that is old can still play those games at a very good quality. So if we then take into account those systems that may still play those games but in a different quality, obviously, we probably account for 70%, 75% of people today can still play AAA games that have been just released on their system. So you don't need, I don't think there is any reason to use that excuse of how many people can play these games that developers are releasing now, because there are more people on PC able to play those games than there are on consoles. Because as I said, you can still play many of those games on 9-year-old systems at a very good quality. Cyberpunk 60 FPS or maybe 30 if you want better graphics, because you decide. Or you can play the Avatar game at 1080p instead of 1440p. It's your decision. But the point is that you can adapt the game. So this thing it seems like either you play at minimum the same quality level and resolution of a next-gen console. They are not next-gen anymore, but just to refer to them. Or you are not playing, or you can play. You just keep playing your MOBA games and your Counter-Strikes and then very low quality because all you want is frame rate. And that's not true. That's a narrative that is really, really annoying me, because I know a lot of people that have been playing, for example, Red Dead Redemption 2 at 60 FPS, while no console player can play that game at 60 FPS. Even if the person playing on PC has a very, low end PC, because that's the magic of PC, that he can lower a lot of the settings just to get that extra frame rate, which PC console players can do. Even if you have, I don't know, a 1070, a 1060 maybe, I haven't tested, maybe, I'm not sure. But the point is that you don't need to have the latest hardware to enjoy the games, because you are going to adapt those games to your own needs. So this whole thing is just absurd. And as I proved, there is 43%, more than 43% of people on Steam only that can already play most of the games at similar, equal, or better quality than consoles are able to. But the problem is that every time that you bring this discussion to some fanboy console players, the problem is that they seem to think that either you have a 4080 and up, or the console runs better. No, a 3070 is not as good as a PlayStation 5. Yes, it is. It's much better. I have proved it too here in my Spanish channel. So a 2070 Super, yeah, it could be lower, equal. So it depends on the game, optimizations, and so on. But if you have anything like a 2080, it's already better. A 4060 is going to be better than your console. So don't think that you are on some sort of top of the hill hardware level, and that all PC players are peasants that can only play with integrated graphics because they have nothing to play on, or they cannot spend the game, and that you and only you can enjoy your AAA games, because that is absolutely not true. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to say, because I've been a little bit tired of this discussion narrative that is being brought every time I'm talking about PC versus console, or bringing some specific games from consoles to PC, because everybody thinks that the market that sell game is only and only consoles, and the PC, because the majority don't have a good PC, then those games are not going to sell, which is not true. So I hope you like this video. Well, if you have anything to say, please leave it on the comments. If you haven't subscribed, that we are very close to 1,000, and I really would like you to help me with that. So thank you very much, and see you on the next video.